Yep, it is now in the danger zone. Wow.
That's crazy.
Now you know. And then here's those thunder eggs we cut. I'll show those off one more time before we got those. Hey y'all, Roofotrus here, and today I've got all these little goodies, and I went to the club again yesterday and cut them up. So I'm going to show you a few clips from the club today, including a really spicy meatball, and as Greg put it. And yeah, we'll get into these, and then, I'll show these off a bit today, but that'll be a separate video where I'm just showing them off. Instead, today, we're going to hunt for some iris. So enjoy a little bit of the club clips and the cutting clips, and then we're going to take this piece and see if we've got a nice little slice of iris. Alrighty, we're here again today at the Nassau Mineral Long Island Club. And let me show you what I'm going to get into. Got some goodies here that I'm going to cut. So today we're going to get into that rainbow obsidian slab that I've had sitting around for a while. Gonna cut one of those up. Got some other things here. I'm not sure if we'll get to it all today, but touch a Layamar. We've got one of those Beacon Hill nodules, one of the last few that I haven't cut open from Beacon Hill. And, we've got an LSA agate here. Some Crawley Ridge agate. And then, we've got some moonstone here. I don't know if the lights in here will show us some flash or not, but might cut some of those up. Really not sure what we're doing. Apparently it's snowing outside now, they said. Another LSA. Looks like, I think that's another LSA. Oh yeah. We got Montana agate here from Katie Did. This is a really translucent one. Look at that. Hold it up to the light. Look at that. Super cool. A little piece of Turritella. Another Montana. Ooh, what's this slab? This beautiful slab of meat. So, let me set up, get on the saw, finish cleaning it. Got my apron on. We'll get my safety gear on and see you in a minute. It is thin, but it'll make a great display piece.
And he's got a piece of malachite here too.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, malachite's a diamond, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not a big fan of malachite, but that big's jasper. That's beautiful. Take a little peek.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, those are pretty. I'm pretty sure that's some sort of saginite spray.
I have to write that down.
So she had a second one of these geodes that was with that one that had the saginite spray in it, and she wanted me to cut it. So we cut that one up here to take a quick look at it, and unfortunately it was not as exciting as the other one. But wow, look at that saw with the clean oil. This is the first cut with a clean oil change. It's just drastically different than the sludge I was working with the week before. A little there, but
Final work.
Looks better on camera.
alright. Got those little swirls in there.
I'm gonna go get that.
That's kind of cool.
Okay.
What do we need?
Beacon Hill. Here we go. Time to cut that Beacon Hill open. interesting. Very interesting. Look at all the dendrites and speckles in that. You can see that's all going to be dendrites. It's going to be an interesting one once we slice it all the way up, but that won't be today. We're just going to take a slice or two off of this one for today. And that'll be it for this agate.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, I was just cleaning up the saw, and now I'm just pulling. I didn't cut everything. There's just these last few that I did not cut today. Ooh, but I got that really good thin slice of the Montana agate, and it's definitely showing signs of being iris. I will show you all shortly here. But for now, I've just got to dig through this kitty litter, pull out all my cuts. Oh, I didn't cut this really big quartz. I got it oily, but I didn't cut it. I cut one of the small ones, which I'll show you in just a minute here. So let me pull all these out and get right back to y'all. All right, so taking a small break and cutting the Montana agate and the other ones I was doing. Another club member has these thunder eggs. I should ask, do you mind if I show this on my channel?
Not at all.
Okay, cool. So now with her permission, I'm gonna show these off. And yeah, we're gonna cut into these thunder eggs that she's got from Oregon and check them out. This one seems to be a little opalitic on bottom, and that one's solid, so we're gonna cut in, see what we find. Be right back with you. I'll show you the insides. And then here's those thunder eggs we cut. I'll show those off one more time before we get out of here, since those weren't mine. I like how this one on the right looked like it's got grass and a little pond kind of thing. And then the little butterfly with the nice water banding, water lines. Lovely cut. Very nice.
Nice cut. Thank you.
Before I go, look at this. Some more of those sodalite chips. That's what I polished up the other day into this little piece.
I got it. See you probably next week.
Everyone you pick up is
Nice little sodalite. So you can see how dark it comes out after polished. But that's just one of those. Alright, so we're just leaving the club today. I've got the Geiger counter. And we're gonna go walk up through the museum and see if anything is spicy today, because I've been going around trying to find a spicy rock for weeks. Oh, yep, it's beeping. It's not a super dangerous level yet, but hey, that's really cool. It works. Wow, how high is it gonna go? How high do you think it's gonna go? That's actually not that dangerous of a level. Wow, hitting 400 though. Do you have any idea how much it is?
No, I have no idea. What's considered dangerous?
Well, at this level, you don't want to be prolonged around it.
Let's see. It's a Geiger counter.
It's for radioactivity.
Yep.
Yeah, so
That's what this urinite.
we're into the dangerous now, almost. It's, yeah, to the near danger zone almost, yep.
That's why we keep it in this really highly protected box.
Yes. It's about to hit 1,000, which is the danger threshold.
Danger zone.
Yep, it is now in the danger zone. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Now you know? Yeah, over 1,000, very high, leave area, do not stay.
I'm sorry, I have to go home. I was told to leave.
Wow, okay, well. So as you saw, that rock was pretty spicy, and I was feeling a little uncomfortable at first, and I pulled away. I was like, all right, well, you can put that one away. Thanks for showing me. That was crazy. It went over 1200 and kept going up a little bit as they stopped filming. But, you know, as I left, I was feeling not quite as nervous. I'm like, well, as soon as I pulled away a little bit, it dropped and it wasn't going off until I was right next to it. So I wasn't like, you know, nervous that I was like going to turn into a mutant or anything crazy. But I'm like, that was crazy radioactive. That they have that little sample and it's not protected in a lead box or anything. That's nuts. But Jared from Currently Rockhounding, he pointed out in the Discord chat that, you know, it's probably safe if you're a couple feet away from it, you're not getting that kind of exposure, which, you know, it makes perfect sense. It's until I was pretty close, it didn't start picking it up. But that thing was clicking like crazy. I'm so glad I finally got to test something. I'm sitting there telling her, I'm like, you've made my day. You don't even know. Like, I've been looking for weeks to find something spicy, which you may or may not have heard. There was a lot of background noise in that little clip. Anyway, now that we're back home, I'm going to polish this piece up a little bit. There's a fuzzy from the towel on there. Ignore that. But we're going to polish this little thin slice that I did at the club. And you saw that little clip, or I'll put a little clip here maybe, showing where I was slicing that up really thin by hand without using the sled, because this was an awkward big chunk. This was that really big one from Katie Did Rocks. And it was very awkward to try and get that in the sled, because it would have basically clamped in like this and gone at the saw this way, giving it maximum surface contact for cutting, which is not what we want. We want minimal surface contact for cutting. So we cut this way into the saw. So we're not, you know, touching as much rock as possible at once. You want to touch as little rock as possible, if that makes sense. Yeah, a little less wear and tear on the saw that way. But here's the other end cut off of that. I've still got that as well. So we've got quite a bit to cut off of this if we find out that it is indeed iris. But yeah, as I'm polishing this, maybe what I think I'll do, this might be a little different. On half the screen, I'll put some bits of me polishing this potential iris agate. I'm pretty sure holding it up to the light, I can see little signs that it's got parallax banding. So my hopes are pretty high that it's definitely going to be iris. Anyway, I'm going to show that on half the screen, and on the other half of the screen, we'll look at all these other goodies that I polished, because I just can't not show off this Beacon Hill. This one, let me get a little wet here. Like, that is insane. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah, we'll get a better shot in a moment here. Look at some macro pictures, enjoy a little music and some polishing, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Did I already say it? Sorry for any background noise. I'm trying to use my mic, but the tumbler is going. I've got some goodies in the tumbler, so look forward to that in a very soon to be out video as well. Alright, so taking a look at this thing, you can definitely see some saw marks in it. That's not iris banding. That is the saw marks going this way, and then on this side they're going a different way, so they're crisscrossy. But when I play with it in the light, I'm going to put this light behind it, and when I move it around, I can see some different things that make me say, I think this has parallax banding. I'm pretty sure it's going to have some iris effect, but we got to polish it down and get it thinner, a little thinner, get it smooth and polished so that the light goes in there right and isn't refracting off every single saw line. So let's get into it and see how it comes out. I also like these little inclusions. Alright, so this thing's looking pretty awesome. Rounded out the edges a little bit, went all around, and look at the ghostly parallax banding that's visible through this part. That wasn't visible before, but now we're seeing a lot of that. I'm really sorry if the tumbler's loud in the background. I just had some sunlight. My sun was coming through the window there, and then it went away. So we got some clouds. The sun's right up there. We'll see if in another moment we get the sun back. I was just taking a few little pictures. Maybe I'll insert a picture in a clip here while I'm talking, but I was trying to get a little shot to see if we had any banding. Still nothing like rainbow, but let me adjust my lighting here a bit. Maybe dry this off. It's not to a final polish point yet. We're just on like the 325 wheel, so we've got a ways to go. But that being said, it's getting a bit of a polish on it. Even though that's the smoothing disc we're on. Still a few scratches there, so I'm going to give it a little more time on this disc because it should be small scratches like that. We shouldn't see any more those slightly bigger ones. We'll see if we can work those out. Same on this side. But if I move it around, see if we can get a little play in the light. It shows, oh wow, no, it hits the eyes really different compared to how it plays with these lights. You can see a little bit of it there. Oh, the sun just started to peek up. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of sunlight. Oh no, it doesn't want to focus properly for me. So you can see the effect from the parallax banding, and that's where I'm hoping to get like some rainbows showing through all that. I don't know if this needs more polish or if I cut it at the wrong angle. Maybe it needed to be cut at a specific angle. Maybe I need to go get a little advice from Travis and Theo, see what they have to say about it. Maybe I just need to get outside and get some better sunlight on it, but let me polish it up a little more. The reflection of the sunlight created a bit of a rainbow there for a moment. So, I don't know. Keep polishing it. I don't know if maybe it needed to be thinner. It's pretty thin. I mostly evened it out. This side still is a little thicker than this side. So maybe I have to go back and get it even thinner than this. Get a good rainbow effect. But let's go ahead and jump forward to after I play with it some more, do some more polishing, and see what happens. Okay, so I think I might need to go a little thinner on this because even though I'm getting to a polish and playing with the light in different ways and did get it in some sunlight, I'm still not seeing little rainbow banding. I did look in the macro and kept trying, but I'm just not seeing the iris. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna make it thinner, but that's gonna be it for this video. I really appreciate y'all watching today, and let's see. I think the next thing we'll do is maybe play around with these little crystal sets that I bought. And I was thinking of maybe doing one of these live, maybe even both of the fossil ones live. Sit here and chip away at them and see what's actually in here. This one doesn't say. It says dinosaur skull, dig and smash, but nowhere on it. I was trying to look all over, read the back. It doesn't actually say what's in here. Just includes one dinosaur skull, one dig tool. So I don't know what we're gonna actually expect in there. If it's gonna be some sort of tooth or something. This one, same deal, doesn't say, but being that it's a nautilus shell, I'm expecting we're gonna see some sort of seashell fossil. But yeah, we'll play with some of these, have some fun little videos where we get into these crystal grow sets. They're just $1 at those new below 5 stores popping up everywhere. And then I also got a whole bunch of this sodalite at the club, which we'll get into and look at. And I'm going to make a whole bunch of little cabs with that for some club members. And I actually forgot to show this one off with the other video earlier, but this was a cool crystal that I got. Some little dolomite cubic crystals. At least I think that's what it is. Oh, it's got a little quartz crystal in there too. A little quartz crystal right in the center there. But the whole thing is on pyrite, which I thought was kind of cool. Some sort of pyromorph. Because it's not entirely pyrite, but I think it's pyrite transforming into something else. Some sort of pyromorphite. Whatever they call it. Yeah, that one's kind of cool. Anyway, that's going to be it today. I appreciate y'all watching, and thanks to my patrons. You can all check out patreon.com/rufotris. I'm going to post a link somewhere here, there, wherever, whatever. I will see y'all next time. Have a great day. Bye. So it may not be the best cut, may not see some rainbow, but it looks like it's got the right effect to have that hidden parallax banding. Doesn't quite have that rainbow effect like iris. It's not polished all the way either. Pardon me.